Once again, we're live over the west side of Manhattan. We're up around 79th Street, about 5 miles north of the World Trade Center. And again, to recap the events here this morning as we are assembling them, mostly from eyewitness reports, one of our sister helicopters for Metro Traffic was flying in the vicinity here around 8:45 this morning when the pilot witnessed an airplane crash into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. That airplane was traveling from north to south, and the pilot believes that it was an ATR aircraft. That's a commuter-type airplane. It's a twin-engine prop airplane that can carry anywhere between 50 people up over 100 people for that aircraft. That airplane crashed flush into the north side of World Trade Center, of the north building of the World Trade Center, and the building proceeded to go up in flames. The top 20 floors of the building currently engulfed in smoke. Approximately 15 minutes after that occurred, we were en route to the scene, and an airplane passed over our head from south to north, and this was a Boeing 737 aircraft that crashed flush into the south side of the south building. So we have two airplanes that struck each building of the World Trade Center. The north building was struck on approximately the 80th floor. My estimation is that the south building, which is what you're looking at now, that was struck at approximately between the 50th and 60th floors.
You gotta go out. Grab your guy and get him out.
Don't tell me this.
I don't care. I don't care. Get out.
What's your badge number?
Get out.
Give
Don't
me
worry
your
about
badge
it.
number.
Don't turn around. 44. Who is that guy? Get that guy out. Emergency going.
I understand.
He's Office of Emergency Management. Does he have a hat? All right? Tell your guy to go back where he's supposed to be at, or I'm going to throw.
Jack, tell me what was going through your mind when you were shooting that stuff.
When I first got on the scene, it was like I've never seen before. People getting ready to, the helpless people at the top of the building, waving their hands, ready to leap out of the building, overcome by smoke. I got on the scene, and basically,
You see people jumping out of the windows and.
you know, it's almost unreal when you're looking through a camera when you're seeing, things happen, and things just so happen to be that way.
All right, take one and two, one. This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the two towers. Debris continues to fall and to rain on the people below. There are people hanging from the windows 90 stories up, and a number of bodies have actually hit the pavement. Another one? Take two. Take two and two, one. This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI agents, and you can see the two towers. A huge explosion now raining debris on all of us.
Now, when the building collapsed, we saw your footage. You actually started running. What happened?
As the building collapsed, I was maybe 200 feet from the building. Rolling on the footage and overwhelmed by feelings of
Did you think this was it?
I thought it was it. I was saying my prayers. It was. We were overcome by blackness and smoke, and I was running from the building. I didn't know what was going to hit me in the back. It was basically I was just hanging on to. I was trying to calm myself down, hold on to my breath, and I was saying my prayers. I thought it was it.
Good to see you alive.
Yeah, you too.
We better get out of the way! Marty, I'm me again. Marty, I'm me again.
I'm rolling.
All right. We don't know what's happened inside. What we know we have to do is just keep running the other way. The firemen are going this way, so are the police officers. We don't know what's happening. What are you thinking? Out!
Everybody on, let's go! She was just in the building, right?
Quick. All right, Chief.
Guys, it's not working, guys. Come on. It's not working, guys. We don't know what we're breathing in.
No. You were in part of that other black. Just tell me, what did you see? What did it look like?
It just looked like a lot of smoke on the upper floors. That's all.
It collapsed. It looked like the entire building collapsed down on top of itself and spreading debris all over. I mean, it's a horrific scene. I just wish we knew who we were at war with.
What do you think of it?
I think it's terrible. You don't know whether it's an enemy from within or it's an enemy without.
It's horrible. There's no words for it.
Dave, you and I and Jack and Keith were all in the middle of this thing when all of a sudden the building collapsed. What was going through your head?
I mean, first of all, I didn't think we were that close. We were half a block from the scene, but when this thunderous roar happened and the building started to come down, I thought we were far enough away. Next thing you know, a plume of smoke just enveloped us, which is like, I mean, once it turned black, I don't know where to turn. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face.
Which way to go?
Just stay put. Stay put.
You're in front of St. Paul's Church on Fulton and Broadway.
Which way to go?
Stay right where you are.
Stay where you are, man.
Stay where you are.
Chopper 5 on 3.
You'll be fine. Don't worry. Come on, where's your... Over here. We're trying to catch everybody. Don't worry. I'm holding you. We're sending everybody towards the water.
Can you tell me what happened? What'd you see?
I saw windows coming out of the building and the ceiling falling on the floor where I was walking. That's when we started heading for the exit. And
Then we got downstairs.
we got to the first floor from
all the way to the
82nd
lobby,
floor.
and all of a sudden it was this big explosion. I don't know if
everything went
just
black.
like what you just seen. That's what we went through before we came out of the building. Then when we get out the building, then another smoke cloud came. Better go for that smoke cloud again. Mama just wants you to know I'm all right. I don't know what else to tell you. We came from the 82nd floor, and I don't know what the people's are. I don't know. I hope to God you're okay. That's all I can say. I don't know what. We saw a shadow. It looked like a plane. Next thing we know, it was boom, and the floor started shaking. And then we saw debris fall down, and next thing we know, we had to get out of the building. We stuck on the stairs for a while. We finally got down to the lobby. Then we get to the lobby, it was this big explosion. I don't know what it was. It's just a cloud, just like what you just saw. big cloud of smoke like
We
that.
thought we escaped that.
We escaped, and then we wanted to come out and run
we
to
saw
it.
a wall of clouds like pyroclastic.
This type of flow is something that we are familiar with in physics. It occurs in only two situations that we know of naturally. One is in volcanic eruptions where a large amount of material is suddenly exploded into the air and basically forms small particles. The other situation is something called turbidity currents. These occur along the edges of the continental shelves where mud or sediment will slump, become suspended in water. And the common thread is that you have large amounts of a dense material that is suspended very quickly in a fluid, thereby creating another denser fluid, which is in effect the dust cloud. And that fluid can achieve considerable velocities. The problem with creating this sort of slurry of fine particles is that there really is no mechanism that has been proposed. We have concrete floors with carpeting or flooring over them. We have furniture. We have floors basically that are coming together in a collapse, but the concrete is basically protected under these layers. Early in the collapse, in the very first moments, we see these thick clouds being ejected at very high speed. They're clearly dense because they flow downward and become part of this large overall pyroclastic flow. What we're basically being told is that the concrete sort of jumped up into midair, exploded itself, and then was ejected as the floors came together. Not a very plausible mechanism, but I have yet to hear of anything else proposed to explain it. From quite a few people on the scene, we've been told that the powder it represented most of the concrete, that the amount of intact macroscopic chunks of concrete on the scene were negligible, that basically everything was reduced to powder. And incidentally, we also know that other things besides concrete were reduced to powder. We know that contents of computers, exotic metals from computer chips, these sorts of things were also identified in the dust and in very small particles, generally on the order of less than 100 microns in diameter. So we have a real issue of mechanism as far as what in the process of this collapse could cause so many things to be pulverized so finely.
It was heading toward us. That's when we started running. I thought we'd be able to outrun it, but we couldn't. It was pitch black. It was like a comet just hit the earth.
Like a comet.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at your clothes.
Whatever this stuff is, I hope it doesn't kill you.
What floor are you on?
I was on 82nd. I was consulting there for the real estate department, and we first heard the blast, and then the ceiling in our office started falling down, and the wiring behind the ceiling, everything started falling. And we looked out the window, we saw windows coming down from above. That's when I started saying that, well, this is not just an ordinary emergency. It must be something really big. Before this second explosion, somebody was telling us a plane hit the building, but we don't know about it. I was hoping it's not a suicide bomber or something. Well, I don't know right now. Definitely don't give up now. Come on, don't give up.
I'm just tired, I'm tired.
Paul Begla, according to the AP, a Democratic consultant, said he witnessed an explosion near the Pentagon. He described it as a huge fireball, a huge orange fireball. He said another witness told him that a helicopter exploded. We are going to go once again
to the explosion that just occurred. And this again is the first tower of the World Trade Center, Twin Towers. It's folding before your eyes.
Chris Plant, tell me what you've learned since we last talked.
Well, in speaking to people here at the Pentagon as they're being evacuated from the building, I am told by several people that there was, in fact, an explosion. I was told by one witness, an Air Force enlisted, senior enlisted man, that he was outside when it occurred. He said that he saw a helicopter circle the building He said that it appeared to be a U.S. military helicopter and that it disappeared behind the building where the helicopter landing zone is, and that he then saw a fireball go into the sky. I'm attempting to make my way around to that side of the building in my car right now to see if I can get a better visual perspective on the scene on that side of the building, but I can tell you that security has certainly clamped down. The U.S. Park Police, another federal law enforcement department, has arrived in force on the scene. There's a Park Police helicopter overhead. Every car that arrives at the gate where I was located was being stopped by officers at gunpoint. Everyone is being forced out of their vehicles as they arrive at the Pentagon. It's a very tense situation, obviously, but initial reports from witnesses indicate that there was, in fact, a helicopter circling the building, contrary to what the AP reported, according to the witnesses I've spoken to anyway, and that this helicopter disappeared behind the building and that there was then an explosion.
Several witnesses, and if we do have that tape now, talk to one of the eyewitnesses that saw that plane go down.
The Hoffman's nursery, getting a plant. Next thing you know, a lady looked up in the sky, and I looked up with her, and just seen the plane coming straight down. I mean, it was just coming straight down, almost like a 45-degree angle, and then you seen a big puff of smoke, a huge puff of smoke. Yeah, that was it, and I got my truck and ran over to this site here.
Now, if you take a look behind me, the scene is down below, and there is some smoke coming out right now. I know it's very difficult to see right now because the FBI has removed us from our initial spot here in Somerset County. We have been moved quite a bit away from the actual accident scene, but there is some smoke coming out of a helicopter in the air. That's the scene right now. We do want to try and get some more information. Again, there is a press conference coming up shortly to get some more information. We're under some tape right now showing some of the scenes that we saw here earlier today. Again, I was able to get in there. They're not letting any press anywhere near this scene right now. And when I went in earlier today, fire departments from all over our area, rescue crews from all over the area here, rushing, trying to get to this scene, trying to sort out what had happened. One thing that I can say, I didn't see any ambulances leave the scene carrying any passengers, carrying any survivors at all. Again, we don't have any confirmation on a number of people on that plane, on what airline that was, and if anyone indeed was killed or survived. Now, we will continue to follow this story throughout the day, and Marty, I just have to say it's one of the toughest things to see that I've ever seen. And of course, we're all going through this today, but to actually be here firsthand and see a crater in the ground and know a plane actually landed in that, it's indescribable, Marty.
John Meyer.
God, dude, what is up with that? No fucking way, dude. That is fucked up.
As you mentioned,
Monica, I have to go to Ashley Banfield.
Absolutely.
We might have had something on the ground. Ashley?
Well, at first we had thought, Brian, that we'd heard another explosion, but I think it's just another truck that's heading down to the south. But I just wanted to let you know that we're starting to see people moving north. In fact, you were just told by police that you should move out of your apartment, Fabiana. Yes. You've got Carolina here?
Yes. They advised us to leave because we have...
Oh, my God. Look behind us. Please pan in this way, please. Be careful of your baby. This is it.
That's the building coming down.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No. No. Listen.
Okay.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
We're okay. Ashley? I think we're okay. Ashley, I think we're okay.
All right, we're going to have to move this way. We're going to have to move. We're going to have to move. That cloud is coming this way.
Yeah. Ashley, get out of there. Leave the camera on, man, if you need to, and get out of there. What we've been fearing all afternoon has apparently happened. We were watching number 7 World Trade, which was part of the ancillary damage of the explosion and collapse of the other 2. We've been talking all day about how fast these plumes of smoke move. You're watching one on the move right now. That is building dust. Look at the wider shot on the left from across the river in New York. This was a 40-story building. They've been watching all day. This is like watching the collapse of an active volcano. And the dust from it is not unlike that from a volcano. We are on the phone with New York Fire Department Lieutenant David Restuccio. Lieutenant, where are you right now?
I'm at the corner of Northmore Street and Greenwich Street.
Can you confirm it was number 7 that just went in?
Yes, sir.
And you guys knew this was coming all day?
We had heard reports that the building was unstable and that it eventually would either come down on its own, or it would be taken down, or it would be taken down, or it would be taken down, or it would be taken down. I would imagine it came down on its own.